So who out there doesn't want strong, soft, healthy hair? I know I do. So today I'm doing a demo and a review of the newest addition to the Olaplex Hair Care range. It is number 0. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining today. Many of you hair care lovers out there will already know about the Olaplex range, particularly if you bleach or do a lot of color to your hair. And for those of you who don't, this is a company that started in 2014 in California by a husband and wife team that had been in the beauty industry for years. They identified a gap in the market and they created and patented a technology that helps to not only repair, but to actually protect hair from future damage. Ha ha ha, yay! Hair contains millions of disulfide bonds. And what happens is when those bonds break, that's what causes hair damage. And there are loads of different reasons why that could happen. The first are thermal factors, and that's from using curling irons, flat irons, and hair dryers. The second are chemical factors, and that's the stuff that we do in the salon. So it's the bleaching, the coloring, it can be the perms if we're getting those these days, as well as relaxants. Then there are the mechanical factors, and that's sort of the tugging that we do on our hair. It's really actually not good to do a lot of brushing your hair when it's wet, but it's the tugging and it's the pulling that can result literally from the physical factors. And then last is the environment, and that's the sun rays, the UV rays, sunlight, and even the extreme cold weather. So all of these things are wreaking havoc on our hair every single day, and it's causing those bonds to break. So the guys at Olaplex have created a single active ingredient that restores those bonds at a molecular level. It actually strengthens them from within. So it rebuilds those bonds. So initially they started with 2 products, literally called number 1 and number 2. And those were only available and still are only available to salons and healthcare professionals because it's really serious stuff. Particularly number 1, the concentration levels of this ingredient are so high that it can only be administered by professionals. So their whole range consists of numbers 0 to 7, and they have different products that do different things throughout the range. But ultimately, the technology is in all of them, and it's there to rebuild the bonds of our hair. The only reason I learned about Olaplex was through my own personal hair journey. I'm traditionally very dark, and it has taken me quite a long time to get to this blonde hair. And I never necessarily aspired to be blonde. It's not something I ever really wanted to do, but my hairdresser got so sick of me banging on about the relentless grays, and because when you have really dark hair, the grays just come out so extremely, and it was just driving me mad. So I think it was in fact driving her mad to hear me complain about it so much that she had said to me, I think that maybe you should consider going blonde. Blondes don't really have that same problem of seeing the roots when they grow out. And I remember thinking, you must be joking, I could never be blonde. I have dark skin, I have dark eyes, dark eyebrows, and she said, let's just give it a try. So over the course, honestly, of about 1.5 years, every time I went to the salon every month, I would put in a half a head of highlights. So it was something that happened gradually, and you might see, along the journey, the people I work with that saw me every day, they'd go, oh, your hair's a bit lighter. But it's not until you see somebody you haven't seen in 2 years, they go, oh my God, you're blonde. So at any rate, through this process, the hairdresser also said, if we are going to go from such an extreme dark color to the light, you should use the Olaplex because otherwise your hair will get severely damaged by the bleach. So that's what we did. So your options in the salon is to book yourself in for just the treatment. And it's a 2-step process. They put the first highly concentrated number 1 on your hair. They leave it on for about 5 minutes or so. Then they do a regular shampoo, and then they put on the number 2. And you sit there for about 10 to 20 minutes and they let that do its magic. And then once that's all rinsed out, and then they just move on with your styling and everything as usual, your hair feels amazing. But it's never been products that have been available at home. And that's why this number 0 is such an exciting thing to talk about. Now, as for me, they've actually built that into my coloring process. So once they've mixed my colors and they're about to apply that to my hair, they put the number 1 solution into the color. And that is what makes sure that the color, as it's being put onto the hair, isn't doing it extensive damage. And then I get the number 2, just like you would if you were getting the treatment on its own, and they leave that in for 10 or 20 minutes. So when I'm done and they've done my cuts and I'm getting ready to walk out the door, my hair is in phenomenal shape, despite the fact that it has just succumbed to incredible bleaching. I'm mean to my hair. What I've done to make it get to this stage, it's not nice, but Olaplex has helped it not to become incredibly damaged. So when they brought out all of these at-home products, I got really excited because my hair is in such really good condition despite the fact that I'm super mean to it. So I tried them. I've tried almost all of them. So just to recap, 1 and 2 are salon only. So number 3 is an at-home treatment, which is this guy. So essentially you would wet your hair, you put a dab of this in, spread it all over and leave it in for 10 or 20 minutes. Now I love this. This is my second tub of it. It's fantastic. I live by it. 4 and 5 are their shampoo and conditioner. I've tried those too. They're quite good. I have not repurchased them. They're on the pricey side, but they're good. They're great products. And then 6 is a leave-in conditioner. So after you've showered and all that sort of stuff, you leave it in and you go about your business. Fabulous. Love that too. Number 7 is an oil, a bond oil that I have not tried yet, which I intend to. But really what we're here today to talk about is number 0. This is the closest that you can get to number 1. So it's got more of that active ingredient in it than the other ones, and you use this at home. It's quite a watery consistency. Now what I did is I actually bought the 2 of these together. I already had this and was finishing it up, so I bought these 2 because they recommend that these 2 play together, and this is how they function the best. So what I did is I've done a demo here, and we're going to have a look at it so you can see how easy or not easy it is to apply and how long the process takes. Okay, the first thing to note is that you need to start this with dry hair. Okay, so I put my hair up in sections just like I would do if I was blow drying it. And this to show you the levels. It's not quite half in here. Now I've already done this twice. I've gotten 2 uses out of this so far. Now it has a teeny tiny little nozzle, so it comes out in the smallest of streams, which means this takes a little while. So we're showing it a little bit and then we're going to speed it up, but it takes a long time to get that stuff out. Now, luckily I have pretty short hair. I'm not sure how well this is going to work with somebody who has super long hair, but it just takes a bit of back and forth. But the thing is, it has to be completely saturated, your hair. Okay, so I tend to hold it and just to kind of go like this. Maybe there's a better way, I don't know, but the nozzle is tiny and the stream is tiny, so it's just a lot of back and forth, trying to get every single strand. And mostly I just kind of pull it through, and then I do it in sections, and I take a section down, and then I saturate it around the head. Section. You need to give yourself a little bit of time for this. Now I actually towards the end open it up and pour some in my hands just to try to saturate it a little bit more, because it does need to be completely wet to apply step 2, which is number 3. So I do the 2 of these together. So I put this on, and what I do is I leave it on for 10 minutes. I take advantage of that time, by the way, and I put on a face mask. I do 2 different masks at this stage, so it's kind of the mask day. I tend to do an exfoliating mask first for 10 minutes and leave that sit. Put a little shower cap on, and then go about my business. 10 minutes. I know, it's a great look. But sort of keeping that heat in helps to activate it even better. Okay, so that's how much I've used. I'm actually just about under half, so there's still quite a bit in it, which is fine for me and my short hair. It works out great. I'm probably going to get about 4 goes. So next I'm applying number 3, which is the leave-in conditioning stage. Put this all over. This is a lot easier to do. You know, just almost like you would do any kind of conditioner or hair treatment, saturate it all over, stick the cap back on. And then I do my second mask, which is a hydrating mask. And I think it's a ceramide, hyaluronic acid kind of a thing. So I love my mask days. So I try to do this whole thing once a week. If it's really damaged, oh, there we go. It's all nice and blow dried now. And it is so incredibly soft. I actually cannot tell you how well this product works. Now, I could not be more cruel to my hair. Now, luckily with COVID, I'm not going to work every day. I'm working from home, so I'm not blow drying every day, maybe 2 days a week if I've got meetings on, or 3 days a week. And it just means I'm being a little kinder to my hair, but I'm coloring it every single time I go, which is every month. But so it is in constant good condition, and I don't know what to say. For me, the result, the final feedback is I love it. I absolutely love this product. And I love the 2 of these together. Now these run about $30 a pop, so it's not cheap. So if you have long hair, I don't know, you might only get 2 goes out of this. I'm not sure. I'm getting about 4 or 5, and I will continue to repurchase because of how cruel I am to my hair. If you're great to your hair, you don't color it, you don't blow dry it, you don't use, styling products and stuff, you don't need this stuff. But for those of us who aren't as kind, who play a little too much with our hair, this is a game changer. I can't recommend it enough. I don't have anything else to say about it, guys. This has been a great experiment for me because I know that I can continue to take care of my hair. So anybody that's interested in this kind of stuff, I would recommend you go and check them out. So guys, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed it today. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. And if you have any suggestions, different ways of using things, or even other products that I should be checking out, because I'm always looking for new and better things because, technology changes. But Olaplex, this is a home run. I love your product. I love many of your products. Number 6 I'm using a lot too. They're great. So I do know that most of you, 88% of you that are watching this video, are not subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button and hit the like, and also hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video, which is every Friday. So thanks again for joining, and I'll see you next week. Bye. So the treatment that you get in the salon, do I need to start the whole thing again? I don't remember where it was.